Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday night Fantasy Books and Games comic book preview stream. Y'all know me. I'm Aaron. Hello, and I'm by myself today. I got my good silent companion, the bashful Mothman, to join me for the stream today. But man, I'm going to do my best to go through as much as I can by myself here. It might be kind of a short stream, but there are a lot of books coming out tomorrow. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk about all of them as much as maybe they deserve. But we're just going to power through, and we're just going to jump right into it, and we're going to start the way we always start with the facsimile reprints. You guys know I love my facsimile reprints. I don't actually have a lot to say about them this week. It's kind of the normal ones that have been coming out for the last several months. Of course, first we have Batman 613. This is the original Hush series by Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee. They're reprinting that one in its entirety. So this is a classic Batman story, and I just think it's, if you want to read it as like the single issues as they originally appeared, it's pretty neat. Plus, you get to see ads for acne medicine and stuff, and that's a little nostalgic in its own way. Also coming out tomorrow from DC is Crisis on Infinite Earth. That's number 12. This is the final issue of the Crisis series. And I think I mentioned this last month or the last with issue 11. I kind of fell off reading it. I was doing my best to follow it like monthly as it was coming out. It's just so dense. Like looking at these pages here, you can see that George Perez's artwork is just incredibly dense. It's a very big story, and the pages are just filled to the brim with characters and art, and look at that. Just, I mean, it's really good looking, but I say that because like I have fallen off. I like missed one issue. I didn't keep up with it, and I was like, you know how it is. I'll just wait till all the issues come out, and I'll just sit down and read them all in one evening. But I'm definitely looking forward to finishing that. Also coming out tomorrow, a facsimile reprint of Fantastic Four #3 from all the way back in 1961 or 62. I can't remember where they were at this point. But this is the third issue of the Fantastic Four, and I really appreciate that Marvel has just been reprinting the first several issues of Fantastic Four. It's one of my favorite series. Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. This is a cool issue. It's fun seeing Kirby's old art, but they do a lot of fun stuff. Like this is the issue. I'm only pointing this out to just highlight some of the ways in which Fantastic Four and Marvel books in general were kind of different than the other superhero books of the time. And it's just weird to think about. This is the third issue, and this is the issue where they get costumes. The previous two issues, they were just kind of like regular people with superpowers. And I like that they go out of their way to explain that Susan Storm just actually designs them and makes them for everybody. And then there's even a bit where she creates a helmet for the Thing, for Ben Grimm, and like halfway through the issue he decides he doesn't like it and he rips it off. It's it's a lot of fun character stuff that you don't see. Oh my god, there's a giant sleepy Kirby behind me in the window there. Somebody's having fun out there. That's it for the facsimiles, you guys. I buy pretty much every facsimile that comes out. Also, wanted to do a special mention for this book that I have not been talking about that much when it comes out, but Absolute Batman #6 comes out tomorrow, and I haven't really been following it. I think I've made my feelings clear on this, but there was a panel going around. I saw some people cracking jokes, and I had to read the whole panel in context to see if it was as funny as it looked, and it is. And I'm gonna just spoil it for you, but well, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. It's just, you can see this page if you've seen the memes going around. You can see what the joke is, but yeah, Batman. Like, I know the joke is like in the Absolute books are like darker and more brutal, and yeah, this is definitely, it takes it to comical levels of Batman's brutality. Like it's something that in a different book I would have thought was hilarious on purpose. And in this book, they probably it's a little tongue in cheek, but like I don't know. I don't even want to like spoil it too much. If you could pause the video, pause the live stream, and look at it. But yeah, it's pretty funny. It's pretty silly. Okay. Also coming out tomorrow. Man, I got a huge stack of books here. There is. Oh, this is worth mentioning. There is the Doom Treasury Edition. Now, this is, you can see this is an oversized book. This reprints the Jonathan Hickman and Sanford Green issue that came out last year that kind of sold out everywhere. I know it was a hot book for a hot minute, but it's beautiful, beautiful art, and you know, it makes sense that they're reprinting this now when the big Marvel crossover is all about Doctor Doom, the One World Under Doom. And so yeah, if you missed out on this last year when this came out several months ago, now's your chance to get it. Plus, you can get it at this giant, as you can see, it just fills up the screen here. This oversized Treasury edition, and you can really appreciate the art. And it also has some back matter, like as you can see, inked pages from the artists, which I think look really good. And there's also a few other short stories in the back by other creators. One by Jonathan Hickman. I guess the story is written by Jonathan Hickman, if I didn't say that. And then there's another one that appeared in a different, it was like a backup in something else, I forget. But they're all kind of related to the characters that are in this story. So, again, like I say, if you missed it, now's your chance to grab it, and also at a beautiful oversized version. Okay. Oh man, talking about oversized comics. One of the regular ones in my poll. I think we talked about this. Was it? I guess it was about a month ago. It is Superman: Last Days of Lex Luthor. I am so excited for this book. It has literally been almost 3 years been waiting for this book, and they did a second printing of issue one last month, and finally issue two has come out, and this is just a really, really good book by Mark Waid and Brian Hitch. And the premise is pretty straightforward. Lex Luthor has a terminal illness, and so he requests that Superman save his life because he knows that even though everybody on the planet hates Lex Luthor because he's the worst villain, he's the greatest criminal mastermind. He's this is like pre-crisis Lex Luthor who prides himself on being a criminal, not the billionaire industrialist who's just like rich and wants to rule the world. This is the old version of Lex Luthor who's just really really proud of the fact that he's a genius criminal, and he needs Superman to save his life, and he goes to Superman because he knows Superman is the only one who would do it because Superman never lies and he always tries to help people. And it's kind of a fun story because it basically just pits Superman against the rest of the world because everybody is mad at Superman. You can see I like this issue. There's a lot of they kind of go through a lot of different DC characters. We got you saw Wonder Woman on that page. Legion of Superheroes on this page. Adam Strange shows up at one point. I think Aquaman is in it. Like it's just kind of like he's just exhausting all the different means, the ways he can figure out to save Lex Luthor, and nobody wants to help him because why would you? Lex Luthor is a monster. But excellent, excellent, wonderful comic book. Highly recommend it. Um, let's see. I do have some several stuff that's just in my regular pull. I might just make a brief mention of. I always talk about Blood Squad 7 when it comes out. I really like this book by Joe Casey, and actually, I'm not sure who the artist on this one is. Paul Fry. And yeah, this is just like, oh, yeah, look at that. Shadowhawk is in this issue because it flashes back to 1993 and it takes place in the Image continuity. And this book is basically like it's I think I've explained it before, and I don't want to keep over explaining it, but when Image Comics started, all of the creators had all of their characters in the shared universe, like Spawn and Savage Dragon and Jim Lee's Wildcats and Rob Liefeld's Youngblood. And over time, they had a falling out, and Rob Liefeld no longer owns Youngblood, and he left Image, and Jim Lee sold Wildcats to DC, and so it's like there was a dream there that all these creator-owned properties could live together in harmony, and then turned out they couldn't. But Joe Casey's idea with Blood Squad 7 is to basically do like Youngblood that's not Youngblood, and he's trying to make the fill the void. Oh, wait a minute, look at that. Ah, geez. So these I should just get these stuffies on the stream if they're going to keep goofing off like that. But yeah, so Blood Squad 7 is basically just it's young blood. It's like, young blood that we have at home. And it's really good though. I mean, Joe Casey's a great writer, and he just takes the concept of superheroes as celebrities who are working for the government and just writes it really, I don't want to say realistic, because there's definitely a like a super like a heightened reality aspect to it, but it's just really good. It's just I really like it, and I highly recommend it. Also, in my regular pull, definitely one of the more popular books right now, Deadpool Wolverine, and this cover is just a cool cover. The artist on this book, Joshua Cassara, is really killing it. And I make a special point to say this every time I give a positive review to a Marvel book, but it is. Geez, I'm sorry that they're distracting me with the background, but it is uncommon for a Marvel book to have really incredible art in it these days. And this one is an exception to that. I think it just looks great. And I've said before, the other thing I like about this comic is that I feel like a lot of creators at Marvel right now are taking the opportunity that Deadpool and Wolverine are super popular right now because of the movie, and Marvel wants to publish as many Deadpool and Wolverine comics as possible, and so they're allowing kind of a wide variety of types of stories that they're telling. Maybe not that wide, to be honest, but I just appreciate that some creators are going back to Deadpool's roots and making him kind of villainous and not the like just like wacky lol so random good guy who kills people, but he's got a heart of gold. Like this series, and also the Weapon X-Men series. I feel like they're trying to put a little bit of grit back into Deadpool. And as somebody who is an old school Deadpool fan, I certainly appreciate it. So yeah, this book is written by Ben Percy, who wrote Wolverine for a long time. He wrote X Force. He wrote Ghost Rider. Like he just gets gritty. He gets the Marvel's gritty characters, and I think he's a good writer. Also in my poll, GI Joe. I don't think I even want to like flip through this issue. You've heard me talk about this issue forever, but look at that cover. Cool cover with Destro. Opening page. The Joes have been captured. How are they going to get out of this one? I don't know, but I'll bet it's really cool. As I've said before, the new Energon universe is just really good. Joshua Williamson is possibly one of my favorite new writers working in comics today. And of course, Tom Riley, I think actually is probably my number one favorite artist. Definitely the most unsung, underappreciated comic book artist. He is just, I mean, I sound selfish though when I say it like this, because I'm kind of glad that Marvel isn't utilizing him more, because I'm glad that he gets to draw G.I. Joe, which is a book that I really want to read. So yeah, good for me, but he should definitely be getting as much work as possible. Also in my poll, New Gods, number 4. This is kind of a slow burn series. I think I've talked about every issue so far, and it feels like it's it's slow, but there's a certain gravitas to the story. So I can't talk about it too much. I actually did not get a chance to read this issue, but I love that Big Barda and Mr. Miracle are two of the main characters in it. And the basic premise is just that the High Father, if you know your New Gods lore, which I know everybody out there does, the High Father has charged Orion to kill this new baby who's going to become a new god now that Darkseid is dead. There has to be balance. And High Father doesn't want a new villain, so just kill this baby. And Orion feels like that's not right, so but he's a soldier and he follows orders, so he's gonna kill the baby, but he tells Mr. Miracle he's got a week to save the baby and hide the baby and figure out if there's anybody that could protect the baby from Orion, it would be Mr. Miracle. Plus, he's got Big Barda on his side, so she's a powerhouse. Okay, um, I still have several more books to go through. Also, coming out tomorrow, I think I talked about issue 1 and also the second printing when it came out. Bug Wars number 2 is coming out, and highly recommend this book. This is by Jason Aaron and Muhammad Asrar, and it's very simple. It is just Conan the Barbarian meets Honey I Shrunk the Kids, and I love it. It's just about a kid who goes into his backyard and he gets shrunk down to the size of a bug, and there's this whole barbarian warrior world with like spider people and ant people and beetle bug people, and it's really 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 good. It's a lot of fun. It's very it's tonally, it's like a Conan story. So it's Jason Aaron, and he just kind of leans into the grit of it. But it's also a little tongue in cheek. Like it's definitely having fun. And it knows what it's doing. So if you haven't jumped on this, I believe we still have the second printing of number one. Highly recommend it. It is a good. It's just a 6 issue series too, but it's really really good. Also, in my regular poll, I talked about this book a lot. Batman and Robin Year One, another Mark Waid book. Man, that guy has just been killing it lately. Who will run out first? My books are the stuffies that they can stack. I can see they're trying to race me to the finish here. But y'all know I love Batman and Robin Year One. Mark Waid, of course, I talk about him a lot with new books. But also, this is illustrated by Chris Samney, who's also one of the best working comic book artists. He's got that great vintage style that fits very well for a Year One story where it's like a young Batman and a young Robin. Excellent, excellent comic. I can't recommend this one enough. It's a 12 issue series, so we're halfway through. Really, really, really good. Definitely check it out. Also coming out tomorrow, there's like several books. This is the last of the books that I've talked about regular weeks, and then we're going to get into some new stuff. The Power Fantasy number, what are we on? 7 already? Yeah, issue 7. I haven't read this issue yet, so I can't speak to whether or not it keeps up with what I've said about the previous issues. I really like it, although it's kind of hard to follow. I've said before, like there's just a lot of jumping around in time and space, lots of characters. There's just a lot going on in it, but it is really engaging, and it's not boring. And so I like the way I like the story that's being told. It's just like you gotta. I think it benefits from a couple of rereads just to kind of keep track of who's who and what's what and stuff like that. But okay, so that's all my that's like the facsimiles and my regular. That's a lot of books in my regular poll this week. Let's move on to a couple of the new number ones. First, worth pointing out is this comic. It is called LA Strong. This is a charity comic for the victims of the Los Angeles fires. And this was put together by Mad Cave Studios, and there are just it's a paragraphs plural of creators that are working on this. It's a mix of like single page stories, people just writing about LA, their experiences in LA. There's a couple of comics. It's just kind of like a lot of everything. And like I said, it's a charity that everybody put out just to do what they can to help the tragedy that happened in California. But there's a lot of great creators, and you can see there's a variety of art. This is the pedestrian. We talked about this character, this book on the stream a few times last year when this series was coming out. Celeste really liked it, so yeah, that's kind of fun. Yeah, just really really cool. Yeah, LA's Angels. So yeah, just definitely worth checking out if you like a sampler of comic styles, and also just if you just want to support the charity. Also coming out tomorrow. This is a I have several new number ones here. I think maybe there was a lot of good books. My favorite of the new books that came out is this book here called Out of Alcatraz number one. This is by Christopher Cantwell, who he wrote that Plastic Man series from last year that I really liked, and also by Tyler Crook, who he was the co-creator and artist on Harrow County. And this is a cool book. It's pretty like just a straightforward kind of crime thriller about some guys that escaped from Alcatraz in the 70s, and they're hiding out in this small San Francisco town trying to get their stuff together. They've got a plan. Somebody's helping them try to like get out of town so they can start a new life. And you know what? There's a lot of plot twists and turns and some action and suspense. It's really, really good. Like, also, it's beautiful looking. I really, really like the art. Just like perfectly like gritty without trying too hard to be gritty. It's not like overplaying it, but it also just has this like vintage feel to it. This is like the muted tones to the colors, and just really, really cool book. I like this a lot. Like I said, probably would put this as my favorite of like the new comic book series that come out tomorrow. And there's a lot of uh, several new books coming out tomorrow. But yeah, this one I probably recommend this one the most. Also coming out tomorrow, probably the one that's the most anticipated, Absolute Flash #1. The Absolute books have been very, very popular, as anybody knows, and I think the quality has been overall pretty good. Like I said, Batman, I can't do the Absolute Batman series, but Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Superman have been really good, and Absolute Flash is also pretty good. I read the first issue. It is by let's get the camera on there. There we go. This is by Jeff Lemire and Nick Robles, and that's I don't remember how much they've said in the like the cover has a big Vertigo vibe. Is the book reminiscent of that? Are you referring to Out of Alcatraz? If so, then yes, it is. It is very reminiscent of Vertigo. Like, there's not a magical element to it the way a lot of Vertigo books did, but not all. Just like there was definitely kind of this like gritty magical realism in a lot of Vertigo books. But yeah, no, this is definitely would have been right at home with classic Vertigo. Just like a character drama about crime and grit, and yeah, I like I said, it was really good. It would be right at home. It makes me sad that Vertigo doesn't exist, because I feel like that's the kind of book. I mean, I guess it technically does. They brought it back, but so far just in name only. That's the kind of stuff that they should be publishing. Okay, back to Absolute Flash. Yeah, this so Absolute Flash is Wally West. I don't know if that's like a spoiler or not, but I don't think it is. But it's a pretty well crafted origin story. I like the the way they play with all the characters in Flash's supporting supporting characters. Flash is known for having a pretty good rogues gallery. Like him and Spider-Man and Batman, obviously, like a lot of them have good villains, but yeah, classic Vertigo comics. Yes, yeah. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, no, I liked this Absolute Flash book. It's really good. They do the thing that a lot of the all of the Absolute books have done so far, where there's there's this there's this need to bring in as many old characters as possible, but like with a little twist and recontextualize them. So it's like every single character in this story is supposed to be like a character from the Flash books. Like all the villains are like related in some way. That was my problem with the Absolute Batman book, was that like Bruce Wayne's best friends were all his villains, and I don't know, felt that like didn't work for me. It kind of works for me though with Flash, like the way they've got it set up in here. And I don't necessarily want to spoil it, but it's nice. You see Barry Allen. He's a military scientist. In the original Flash, he was a police scientist. Makes more sense for him to be a military scientist, kind of working on top secret stuff. And Wally lives on base with his dad, who is also a scientist working on the project, and he's just kind of like miserable teenager. And yeah, it's a solid origin. It bounces around appropriately because Flash has time travel powers, and so there's this kind of like just like playing with his perception of like he's kind of bouncing back and forth in time. Maybe not literally, but the narrative like works that into that feeling really well. Like it could be literal, because he's kind of like losing track of where he's at any given point. Yeah, really, really good. I definitely am probably gonna, definitely, probably, most likely, absolutely will check out Absolute Flash #2. Also coming out tomorrow, probably another hotly anticipated book, It is, and this is one I never thought I would see. It is DC X Sonic the Hedgehog. That is correct. It is DC crossing over with Sonic the Hedgehog. And talking about the Flash, he kind of is like de facto the main character in this book, but not really. But you know, how are you going to have a DC universe and Sonic crossover and not have Flash versus Sonic? Because they're both the fastest. And it's a fun intro story. Darkseid invades the Sonic the Hedgehog's world, and he's trying to like conquer it, and I'm sure he's I don't want to spoil too much about what's going on, but he's doing dark side stuff, trying to get power and whatnot. And of course, in the Sonic universe, there's all these different emeralds and gems that have power. So that's kind of your crossover. And yeah, there you go, Sonic versus Flash. And they're not really fighting each other. It's more like friendly team ups. They The first issue, just parademons show up and the Justice League follows them, and all the characters kind of meet and make nice, and they do a good job of pairing up the characters that kind of relate to each other as characters. So obviously, like I said, Flash and Sonic. You have is who I don't know my Sonic characters that well. Whoever this guy is with Green Lantern, Shadow Hog. Is that Shadow Hog or man? Sound off in the comments if you know your Sonic, because I think that's the cool one, the tough one. I think that's Shadow, and he relates to Batman because they're both gritty and edgy and dark. And yeah, it's a fun comic. I mean, you know what? Sonic is a fun character. DC are fun characters. It's just fun to see this crossover. Not necessarily something I'm probably gonna follow, through the whole thing. But I like that DC does just have fun with these types of crossovers. I mean, why not? They got the means to do it, and Warner Brothers owns so many characters. I think it's cool that they're doing that. Okay, all right. It's solid 30 minutes of me just talking straight. I got one more book to talk about. And I don't remember if I've talked about this one before. I don't think I have. And so I'm going to talk about it very briefly because issue number 4 comes out tomorrow, and that is Welcome to the Maynard. I missed this issue when it came out the first week, and I didn't feel right talking about it if I didn't give it like a proper read through. And I finally caught up with it, and this is the final issue in the 4-issue series. But I really, really love this comic. First of all, it looks great. It's really cool art by Jay Bone. Script is by James Robinson, who's a veteran comic book writer. And yeah, just really, really cool comic. The basic premise is that there's a magical hotel, and normal people can't see it, but if you're magical or if you have like a little bit of magic in you, you can see it. And so the main character gets a job at the hotel, and there's like some magical shenanigans going on. There's a thief that is stealing magical items from patrons. Most of the patrons are themselves wizards who travel around, and there's some kind of a convention going on, like a wizard convention. I don't want to like go into too many details, but there's effectively, this issue has, it's the climax of the story. So there's a few plot twists. There's a wizard battle, and the main character who gets the job as Bellboy, who also, she has ulterior motives for being there. Just like, I mean, look at this art, beautiful, colorful, very playful character designs. I really, really like this comic, and it has a really cool ending. So I would love to see more of this. Definitely gonna keep my eye out for more works for Jay Bone. I know he's done a lot. He's been working in the industry for a long time, but still really cool to see this. And yeah, so I'm sure the collected edition will be out soon, and I will definitely be talking about that as a whole when it comes out. But if you want to get on it beforehand, listen to me right now. Welcome to the Maynard number 4. Okay, I did it. I blasted through everything in 30 minutes. That was like 20 something books. So yeah, that's all I got. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Next week we might be able to spend a little more time with the books, but you know what? We do the best we can. As our friend Dan says, there's comics out there for everybody. It's not just superheroes. We just want you reading comics, but you should definitely try to get them from us here at Fantasy Books and Games, so you can talk to me about comics. All right. I think I'm calling it. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.